Hello. In this video, I'm going to review some of the concepts for Algebra 2 IXL scale K2, characteristics of quadratic functions, equations. All right, so you're going to be asked to do a few different things in this scale. One thing is find the y-intercept. When you're finding the y-intercept, what they're really asking you is they're asking you what's the c value or the constant of this function. So in this case, the constant is -2. The b value is whatever number's in front of the x. In this case, +5. And a value is the coefficient of the x squared. So if there's no number there, that's just a 1. So the a value is 1. And the y-intercept, all they want is c value. So your constant, your y-intercept, is -2. That's it. For this one, they're asking you for the axis of symmetry now. They're asking for the axis of symmetry. They want you to use an equation. X equals -b over 2a. So again, find your a, b, c value if there is one. In this case, our a value is, again, +1. Whatever is the coefficient of the x squared. Your b value is whatever is the coefficient of the x term. So in this case, +6. So it would be -6, right, b, over 2a, or divided by 2 times a, but a is just 1. So what's -6 divided by 2 times 1? Or -6 divided by 2? That's the same as -3. So your answer is -3. Don't forget they want you to write an equation for the axis of symmetry. The equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals -3. So if you just write 3, or just write -3, it's not going to accept it. So for this one, y-intercept, parabola, notice there's no c value here. It's 0. Axis of symmetry, x squared minus 9. You would do -b over 2a and simplify it. So x equals -b over 2a. So you have the word axis of symmetry here and writing an equation. So it's going to be x equals, let's see, a value, +1, b value, careful, it's not 9 because -9 is your c value. Your b value is 0 because there's no x term here. There's just an x squared. So this is going to be -0 divided by 2a. Well, no matter what you get for your 2a, 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. So it's just going to simplify to 0. So x equals 0 is your answer. X equals 0. All right, let's try some different ones. And now it wants the vertex of the parabola. Now the vertex, you would find the x value, but then you'd also find the y value. So you start it the same way. You start it by finding the x value by doing -b divided by 2a. Once you get that, you're going to plug it into the equation and then see what your y value is. So let's find our a, b, and c. our A is 1, our B is 0, and our C is 0. There's no x term and there's no constant here. So negative b is going to be negative 0 divided by 2a. Well, that's just going to be 0. So our x value is 0. We plug a 0 into our equation, we get y equals 0 squared. Well, 0 times 0 is just 0. So the point that represents the vertex is just 0, 0. And it makes sense, because if you just graph y equals x squared, it's just going to look like this. It's going to go right through the origin. That's the vertex, 0, 0. Let's find the vertex one more time. Make sure we understand how to do it. When we're finding the vertex, we're going to find the x first and then plug that in for the y. So let's find our a value, our b value, and we don't need our c value, but it's good to know that that is our c value. So let's go ahead and find the x value. Pause the video here and try and do it on your own. Okay. So to find the x value, we do negative b divided by 2a. So that's negative 6 divided by 2a, or 2 times 1 in this case. All right, negative 6 divided by 2 would be negative 3. So x is negative 3. And now we're going to take the negative 3 and plug it back into this equation and solve it for y. Pause the video here and try that on your own. Okay, let's do it. Y equals quantity negative 3, right? When we substitute it, it's really smart to put in parentheses so that when you square something, you make sure that you multiply the negative by itself. Plus 6 times negative 3 plus 10. Okay, let's simplify this and evaluate it. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. Negative times negative is positive. Positive times negative is negative 18. And plus 10. So 9 minus 18 would be negative 9. Negative 9 plus 10, that would give me a positive 1. So my y value is positive 1. So I can just write 1 here. My vertex of this parabola is negative 3, positive 1. Huzzah!